Nice shot.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Is that another Oreo?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they called that?
It's something like the.
Looks like the eyes.
They're
It's
like
like,
no,
oh, he's
no.
damaged.
Their order is like
Genius.
Origata
that's
or
just
something.
his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good
People were
profile.
saying like, isn't it because their eye looks like the cookie, and it I guess has absolutely nothing to do with the cookie. Just except
Coincidence?
making it easier to remember.
And
Nice.
off he goes. He's
Got a
got a
couple of 'em.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
2 of them.
3.
Yeah.
There's one off to the right.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Everywhere.
We're surrounded.
What?
They're flanking us.
What?
Whoa, look at this wall. Oh my goodness.
It's a great wall, yeah.
As
Another
far
Oreo
as-
in the background there.
as
Okay,
far
let's
as-
zoom in at the bottom here, and then I'll follow
yeah,
up nice and slow.
Okay, a half zoom.
Full on.
Full on.
Full on zoom.
All right.
That's good there.
All right.
But these aren't the stone coral. That's cool.
I'll keep the light level
Perfect.
and the
Looks good.
focus.
Looks good.
See.
There's a stone.
Yeah, there's a stony coral. So,
I
you know,
got
what
some
are you
sponge
calling these
action.
big white ones?
I'm guessing primnoids, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
Wow. Little tiny brittle stars. Like there's just so much. You can really see here how corals and sponges, not only are they spectacular here in these colonies, but they create the habitat structure that so many other creatures live in. As you're seeing a little lanternfish
Right, stay
there,
in.
and
I'll show you a goosefish.
goosefish,
There he
Oreo
is.
fish.
Wow.
Look at that. Shrimp, brittle stars,
Big boy there, too.
anemones.
Okay, come wide.
All kinds
Okay,
of
come
life
wide.
here.
Whoa.
Whoa, my goodness.
And a crab. Look, we sailed by a big crab. We didn't even know it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Look at this landscape.
Incredible. We are at the top now.
And we are at the top. Look at that
Wow.
Argus view.
And the big sea star to the right.
All right, Wayne, can I get a half zoom? I want to try something here.
Okay, half zoom.
Good there, yeah.
All right.
I don't even see the
And
big
let
sea
me
stage.
Stay
get
in
my
there.
focus kind of averaged.
Oh, looks nice.
Another goosey.
Oh.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
big predators hanging
Little
out.
big
making
crab.
the most of it.
Yeah.
crab.
Okay.
Massive crab. Holy cow.
Ship is stopped.
Roger.
Crinoids.
Oh my goodness.
And
Just keeps going.
Let
That's so
there
cool.
be life.
Oh my god.
All right, you can zoom wide.
yeah. Okay. Zooming wide.
Another big crab.
Yeah.
And a bump.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is great.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Look at the way the
Yeah.
rock broke right there.
Uphill is what, 230?
Let me confirm. I think so. Yeah.
Wow, look
20,
at the
that's
size
two.
of
Look
that
at
over
that
there
one.
on the right.
Wait.
Is it tipped over?
Yeah, it looks like
That
it fell
one off
over a
there.
little bit.
Yeah.
Second
Look how
Looks
one.
like
big
the
that
hold
base
fast.
is.
Yeah.
225.
Can we see that?
What,
Yeah,
what, are,
stand
we,
by a
what are we
sec.
looking at?
Sure.
To the right.
We're standing by for Trevor to check something.
Oh,
220, yeah.
There's a crab that's.
We'll start moving that way
Sorry,
whenever.
say again. What am I
Sorry.
looking at?
Well, off to the
Just-
right, there's a
Mhm.
large.
And it looks like it fell
Right
over.
there.
We want to see that one.
Oh my goodness.
Get lasers
Nice
on it would be
crab.
awesome to see the base size.
I'm not quite sure where we're looking yet.
This
Oh.
big one right in
Just the left of the
ahead.
lasers.
Oh, and then up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to see the
Head over
base
that
of
way.
it to see if it's still attached and
I
just
see.
growing kind of sideways, or if it actually tipped.
I see. This fish is going to
Guys,
photobomb
that
us first.
Turbo.
Sure is. Look how many of them there are. I can see 4 or 5.
Yeah. Wow.
Alright.
And a goose. This is
ready
spectacular.
For, you ready for its close up?
Yeah, go ahead, zoom.
Look at the size of the base on that one.
I'm going to
Yeah,
keep the whole thing in
Sure.
frame.
Yeah.
Oops. Let me tip down a bit.
Just those branches are
Okay,
massive.
zoom in on the base, please.
Okay, all right. Let me get that in focus. Okay, that's tight focus.
That's hard to say.
Yeah. Looks like maybe there was another branch going sort of up and to the left, and this one is
Got struck by lightning.
yeah,
Think so.
something. That's what it looks like, right? Wow. That's beautiful. Even just here, you see 3, 4 types of different animals just using this one coral colony as habitat structure. That's wild that it's black. Do you think it could be... Do you think this is one that's growing on another old skeleton? Could it be manganese coated?
Wow, something's that star is hooked onto
Yeah,
something.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the branches,
Yeah.
the branches to the right that extend up through there.
Beautiful. All right.
Okay,
There's another molting
The goose.
crab.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Molten
Oh,
crab.
cool.
there's a crab. There's
Can you see that
a
one?
Goosefish.
goosefish. Crab gets it.
Arrowfish.
I think crab gets. This is only the second one we've seen with that color.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like burnt.
Yeah.
Does look kind of
It's not,
scorched, right?
Wow, and the coral was burnt too? Was there a forest fire?
Maybe, yeah.
Probably.
Caused by the lightning.
Missing a hind leg.
Oh yeah, missing a leg. Yeah, fresh battle.
Might even be carrying an egg pouch.
Did you,
I don't
this
know.
guy?
Gal.
Gal.
Could
It's
be.
an egg pouch.
Do we want it?
I don't think so.
And a little fish there.
All right, come wide.
Wow.
Coming wide.
Is that another congrid?
Yeah.
Bathy congridae.
Big
Okay.
crab on the far side of that rock mound.
There's
Look at this flat plate here.
Huh.
Oh, another crab. Oh, and another
With-
one.
with
And
the-
another one. Oh,
Crab
wow, there are so
Crabtown,
many crabs.
USA.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's great.
6. Wow.
You getting 6?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
down
2 up
below,
off
yeah.
the distance too.
I'm gonna throw geology some love again. Look at
Sponge
this.
underneath.
This rock is wild.
Rob, talk to us about this rock. What's happening here?
Just a lava flow top.
Could it just be this little itty bitty lava flow? Like it just bumped out right on the
This
top?
could almost be above the water here,
Huh.
because you don't really see any pillows. Or
Oh, there are 3 huge crabs just in a line. Along the right?
Maybe 4.
yeah.
Whole bunch of
5.
crabs.
Really cool to see these crabs and the goosefish up here. All of these predators making the most of this really dense community. Also, you know, I can kind of imagine all these goosefish sitting up here also trying to lure things down from the water column. Right? They've got the high point. They've got the elevation.
Are we on the tippy top now?
We're on a tippy top. But we're going to tippy top 2.
Ah,
It does
Is that
look
a
like
different
Miles,
crab?
do you see other peaks nearby?
Yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 30 meters out?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, moving the ship that way now.
is that our burnt crab that
That's our
we
burnt
got
crab.
before? Or his friend? Is that eggs on his back or?
Hard to say.
Can't tell.
They'd be tucked underneath and carried up along the carapace, the bottom of the carapace.
All right, I'm gonna go do a victory lap here.
Whoa.
We're not pulling Niskins?
No.
No.
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna come back this way.
I feel so lucky to be seeing this. This is incredible.
Wow, those are some huge ones out there.
Yeah, that's where we came from.
Thanks everybody who's exploring with us as well. We're really happy to be able to share this with you, to bring you this spectacular landscape on a seamount that doesn't have a name. Lots of seamounts in this area don't have names, as they've been totally unexplored, many of them unmapped. We're out in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. So this is a protected piece of the American EEC. But this is the first time anyone has explored in this area, and we're getting
That's
to
really
witness
cool.
all
This
this
is like a
incredible
little
life.
lava lake on top of this thing. See those little pillars that are holding up this thing?
I can go back and look at them again.
Looks like a chicken wing.
Yeah, see the little pillar right there holding that up?
Yeah, that's so cool. And the sponge tucked underneath.
Yeah, because oftentimes the water will, the flow will come over top and trap water underneath. It kind of has to escape up through these little pillars that end up supporting it.
You're talking right in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zoom in a little halfway there, please.
You see these on the Mid-Ocean Ridge, the EPR. Wow, that's cool. That's a great look.
Yeah.
It's hard to get the light at the same angle as the view.
No, but
Totally.
still, it's really good.
Yeah.
All right, come wide
Yeah,
again.
it's incredible.
Coming wide. It looks pretty brittle. That,
Oh, yeah.
that
It
top.
does, doesn't it look like there's a crack running right down?
Looks like you could just snap a piece off.
Really tempting to land the vehicle on it and see what happens.
What's that off to the sponge with the star on it? Cool.
Are we heading to waypoint 4 right now?
Yeah.
More or less. Más o menos.
Like southwestern.
I mean,
We
waypoint
are
forward.
heading actually a bit southwest now.
Okay.
We thought that was the shallowest point, but it looks like the bathymetry is not as accurate as we thought. So just gonna
Yeah.
play
Jason,
around on the
sonar.
top here.
This is 902, my depth right now. Call it 904 meters is the top. And we got another sonar target, 30 meters, 40 meters out. We'll check out what depth that is. It might be similar, might be
The
comparable.
waypoint was at 940.
Roger. There you go.
So Miles, can you explain how, multi-beam is this something that's come from it being collected by one ship and then diving on it with another, or how does a shift like this happen?
Because, it's all an estimation of the seafloor. So we have a 1 by 1 degree beam, and we're in 1,000 meters of water. So this data set was gridded for the much deeper sections. At 1,000 meters, we could get much better resolution than 60-meter grid cells. But because
if
the
you were
overall
driving
data set
by,
was
yeah.
for much deeper water, then you sort of had to compromise on these peaks.
Okay.
But all of the soundings that, combine together to create that one 60-meter pixel, there could be... Yeah, at this depth, there could be 10 different soundings in that pixel, but it's all sort of averaged together to produce this one single value at 60 meters by 60 meters.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Trevor, are we looking up the spine of a ridge along the top? Thought so. So this would be the prime real estate for filter feeders.
Absolutely.
Clearly.
And this is showing the current. Looks like it's going towards the west.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to do. I was trying to do the geometry right here, the same thing.
Me?
I think it's me.
I want that to be just like a big tower.
Oh man, would that not be
Oh,
the
yeah.
coolest? It's like herding cats. Where did that saying come from? Has
I'm
anyone ever
just
tried to
trying to
herd
capture
cats?
the moment.
Have you ever tried to herd cats?
I've never tried to herd cats.
There's a
Oh, man,
great
it's
su-
really
there's a
difficult.
great Super Bowl commercial about it
Have you tried to herd
a few
cats?
years ago.
A few. I think probably
Couple few.
3.
Yep,
Have you herded anything else?
3 goose fishing.
Or
You
anything
right
what?
there.
Have you tried to herd other animals?
Well, my ancestors did. They were sheep.
Anyway, they generally stick together. You know, they want to be a cluster, and you can kind of drive them in directions.
Is that true with cats
But
though?
no, cats will just scatter.
Yeah.
They think for themselves.
Put the cat and scatter.
Cat's cat.
I'm touching that.
Yeah, there's no herd dynamic in a group of cats.
What's a collective noun for cats?
Probably deep sea corals. Back on topic.
Look at this. This is like a little micro tower. Is that
It
what you were
is.
talking about?
Sure.
Is this a sonar reflection you were getting?
No,
Or
we're
that's
still
still-
25 meters out from that one. I'm not holding my breath for it to be something big, but
Look how cool this is.
It's kind of showing up in Argus.
yeah,
It's not tiny.
Amazing.
that's true. It's very pointy.
This is gorgeous.
Little jellyfish.
I like the Argus view of that little plate on the right. Look at that coral bush
Wow,
coming
that
in.
is huge.
That's a sizable one.
This is
Holy.
we're right near 900 meters. Yes.
Mhm.
910 right now.
Now we've been on top of nearby ridges that weren't quite as tall, correct?
As shallow, yes.
As shallow,
Mhm.
correct? Yeah.
And not
And-
totally nearby, but yeah, in the same.
And they weren't nearly as populated.
Mhm. But they also, where they did have their densest communities, they were most dense with different types of corals.
But not
So-
distance.
Not this dense and not this type of coral. So
Yeah.
interesting, different kind of like bands of
Yeah.
prime zone for different.
Yeah.
But just look at this thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if we'll need a zoom on this one. It's going to fill the frame once I get up there.
Yeah, you're going to be able
This
to run
is
into it, so I'll let you. I'll
Meter
just keep it.
wide,
I'll try and keep it in
at least.
focus.
So those scaling lasers are 10 centimeters apart. So, you know, you can go ahead and go 10, 20, 30, 40, you
Yeah.
know, see this massive colony.
Optical
the
zoom isn't.
Base on that.
Yeah, I
Isn't
know.
really
I can't get any lower on it,
needed.
unfortunately.
What are you calling this one, Sina? From NOAA?
Yeah.
I was thinking Frank.
If you want a detailed zoom, I can.
Great flying.
Do a pirouette first, then come in for some
Okay,
close-up polyp shots.
that sounds good.
What an incredible animal.
I'll say. Amazing.
Yeah, that's impressive.
The squat lobsters over on the, I mean, on all the branches, on the far right side, right in the center,
I'm going to focus
up
on
high.
the top here.
That'll look
Um,
great on the dark background.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Wayne, go ahead and zoom.
All right, zoom.
Give her,
pushing
give
in.
her all you got.
All right.
Get some real detail.
All I got.
Sorry, I'm a little bouncy.
Wow.
My bad.
Oh,
That's that
it's
little bracelet one
not-
again.
It's
Yeah.
not a primnoid.
No.
What?
It's
Huh.
I
So
don't
bracelet
know.
coral.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm
Is
come
it-
a bit wide.
Yeah, I gotta debalance myself.
That's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is huge.
All right, current, right?
Yeah. Look like pipe cleaners.
They really do, right? Like stacks of beads, you know, like those old friendship bracelets.
I'm gonna push in again.
Stand by. I'm gonna get around
Stand by,
about
okay.
90 more degrees, and then we'll do it again.
Okay.
I was up current of it, which is not majorly
okay.
deluxe.
Not even minorly deluxe.
Not even minorly deluxe.
Anti-deluxe, some would say.
Some might say that.
I'm flipping pages, you know, trying to figure out. I thought I had written down which one that was, but I'm not seeing it now.
Whoa.
Okay, let's take two. Try again. Go for a full-on zoom.
All right. Are you at the distance you want to be? Because
More or less,
I
yep.
see your I see the shadow on the top. But
Yeah, I can back away a little bit.
yeah, maybe a little bit. I think just to make it
You can go
look
ahead
more
and zoom, though.
uniform. Okay, zooming in. And
Whoa.
Nice.
I mean, you can see the current, like this thing sort of quaking in the current.
Was that from the rotors on the Hercules, or do you think just the current?
I think that's the current. I'm down current of it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It's getting a lot to eat there.
Yeah, that's why it's so sizable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
this is definitely the happiest coral we've seen.
All right. You can come wide.
All right, coming wide. Wow, what a fantastic specimen.
Yeah, beautiful.
Bumping in.
I
Thank
just
you.
don't even have a guess, Una.
I
Do you?
just can't remember.
Mhm.
We had it in the
Yep, that's it.
in the wet lab.
Okay. So this lump right in front of us here is the other lump we were chasing. So
Okay.
this is the other top. I can give it a little, I'll go this way actually. I'll
You
give it a
wanna
spin around the backside there.
Fly around it in a circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Gotta jump over this big coral bush though.
That big piece of coral, if we have time, we could backlight it with Argus and turn our lights off.
Someone says it's a primnoid again.
Okay.
do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if science wants that, and we could give it a shot.
I mean, it would just be a drama shot. It wouldn't be much sciencey. Be a book cover,
Could
Yeah.
be a Narella.
yeah,
Interesting.
something to print on the DVD.
Well, Steve's looking for a cover for his thesis.
For his thesis. I know. Why didn't we mount the miso cam?
See some more caves inside here. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, these are pillows.
Thank you so much to our scientists ashore writing in, helping us identify these
yeah.
corals. They're saying it could be a Narella with the polyps pointed downward.
Goosefish. Yeah, Wayne, it feels a little chillier back here now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely not as warm. So I'm.
Van temperature is down to 24.
25 when we got here? 26?
It was almost, yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. I thought I saw higher than that, but I can't confirm.
That's crazy.
I love it, just looming
Amazing.
in the background, that massive coral.
Yeah, looming is a good word.
Looming.
Okay, where are we to?
I would love to just stay up here and map this place and look around, but I feel like I need to jump off to one of the sides to come back up and see what the transition is. So let's head to the southwest.
Okay.
Southwest. Roger.
And we'll probably have, what, 5 more hours of bottom time? So we'll probably have 4 hours.
Yeah,
So I
four
think-
hours of bottom time.
Yeah, so I think if we kind of go to the bottom and work our way back up, it'll give the next watch plenty of time to dance around here.
Okay,
That's
I'll get
awesome.
lined up. Look at this thing.
Whoa.
There it
Okay,
is.
here's
Oh,
something to look
great.
for.
This is a Pelagothuria. This is a pelagic sea cucumber.
Holy smokes. He's just
Isn't that
floating out
amazing?
here.
So different from the others.
Okay, now let's
Okay.
Okay,
go.
Wayne, go ahead and zoom.
All right. Well,
He's
he's
quite close, so I'm gonna.
yeah, he is. I'm like you. Yeah. Oh
Rob?
well, he looks in focus.
Yeah.
There's not much. He's kind of
Gorgeous.
clear.
Look at the
Yeah,
rippling.
you're doing great.
Wow. Parachute.
So one of our colleagues ashore, Amanda Netburn, has been doing a study based on the Okeanos dives out here. They thought they might be experiencing a bloom in these, but looking at what the distribution is, this is a sea cucumber that spends its life in the midwater. We're contributing all our observations to expanding that study.
What?
Isn't that posture incredible? And they'll flare back out.
All right, I get
Might be caught a little in our wash. So cool.
Oops, sorry, guys.
Rob, do you want to ride this sort of spine, or do you want to come to flat face?
All right, we'll leave him alone now.
Okay.
I'm not. Oh, what do you mean, Miles? What's your question?
On high pack,
Yeah.
I know we can't entirely trust it, but we got
Yeah.
this sort of hogsback-ish,
Yep.
and then the flat sort of.
Yeah, no. Let's go to the south. Like do southwest. I mean, more. What maybe 250 or 240.
Roger.
Wow.
250, 240, heading that way now.
Can I grab a bubble?
Yeah. This will be a midwater jump.
How far down are we planning to go?
Let's go back down to the base. I mean, it took us about a watch to get up to the top here.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, we spent an hour mid-watt, transiting,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 hours to get to the top.
So it's a couple hundred meters? 200
Yeah,
meters
exactly,
down?
200 meters, yeah. So I guess if smoke him if you got him now.
Yeah, we'll jump back down here. That's awesome.
Let's leave your depth there.
Yeah,
It's not so
10.
bad, but
Sad to lose all or leave all that stuff.
Well, till the next watch, we didn't see anything on top, but they should go to the top anyway.
Wouldn't they be surprised?
Well, the good news is we know where it's at.
That's really cool. So our scientists are writing in that it could be Narella with those polyps downward, and that the brownish colonies could be a different species. Really, really cool. Oh, and it's Steve's watch. Oh, he's going to be so happy, you guys.
This is what I was
Oh,
doing.
we don't know what's on the other peak.
do we tell him or do we leave it as a surprise?
Rob just said we should cue it as a surprise, but it's,
Well, they're in the lounge.
I mean, they're gonna.
watching.
I hope he's sleeping. He stood 2 watches in a row. I was gonna eat some toast and get some sleep, and then come back up here.
Kind of hard to sell them on the. We aren't seeing
Yeah.
anything.
Everyone's smirking.
Hee hee hee. I was like, it wouldn't have worked for the other watch because I flagged that as a 5-star highlight, and that alert that sends me an email alert and a lot of other people, so they couldn't pull it off on me. But nobody on the incoming watch should get that email alert. So.
So are there actual 4- and 3-star alerts?
There are not. Nope. The only thing that sends an alert is a 5, or a 0. A 00 is also an alert, but
0, 0.
That's really bad video.
yeah,
Bad imagery.
A
Bad
0
sample.
is something that we would not release to the live stream to rewatch.
Oh, I see.
Things like
This.
damage to equipment or language, inappropriate stuff that we would not
It's
want available for rewatching forever on YouTube.
Yeah.
If anybody got hurt or any major equipment got
it's
damaged.
a must omit flag.
Yeah, that's a flag. But the 5-star alerts go out to our education and outreach team and our editor ashore, so we can, when 5-star alerts hit, depending on the timing, we'll sometimes actually scramble our team. The too often unsung hero of our operation are our video editors, Tim Burbank, who's a data engineer and post-production supervisor for Ocean Exploration Trust, and our 2 part-time editors, Jessica Kalblein and Mike Viveros. They are the ones who cut the highlight videos and push them out to Nautilus Live. So if you've checked out that piglet squid video that we pushed on social media today, and it's also on Nautilus Live under the Photos and Videos tab, you can thank those 2 fantastic video editors who make that work possible. It also goes out to the rest of the education outreach team so we can respond and get relevant clips out to press or out to partners, so they can push them out onto their social channels and to their audiences. Jake, did you just reset bubble back down to its position?
Was
it looking at something else before?
A couple minutes ago.
Okay.
I did.
Do you know what it was looking at before?
It was at...
A viewer wrote in, what's the large cylinder with the numbers? Yeah, what are we looking at in that view? They were watching it on the quad.
I gotta phone a friend. I
Gotta
gotta ask
phone-
Trevor.
Gotta phone a friend.
I think that might be the back.
Trevor, what's in bubble right now?
What, that thing?
Yeah.
That's the ICSI.
I'm sorry. That is a company now called XBlue, but at the time we bought it, it was ICSI, an Octans 6000, which is a one-off model, but Octans in general is a fiber optic gyroscope, which gives us our pitch, roll, and heading of the vehicle. And there's a 6,000 means a 6,000 meter rated. And I think it was the only 6,000 meter rated Octans they ever made. They usually make them in a 3,000 or 4,000 meter model. But we asked for something specific, and that's what they gave us. Yeah.
Looks like it has an expiration date of October 2020.
That's right. Yep. We have to get it recertified every, I don't know if it's 18 months or 2 years.
And then that's the main HD camera to the right.
Yep, that's the lens.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the actual...
You're
Well, let me-
looking...
I killed your porch light at the same time.
If you, is that as high up of a tilt on Zeus you can give? No, not on bubble. There we go. So that way you can actually, there you go. You can look straight into the
Oh,
lens.
and you can see the lasers.
Blasting you with lasers.
I don't have lasers.
That's not a fair
Can't
fight.
fight back.
That's not a fair fight. No.
All right. You can see bubble cam in the Zeus. That's the little dome right between the lasers now.
And bubble cam and Zeus cam in the bubble. So meta.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you want to see all that we're talking about, please turn over to the quad channel. That's what we're chatting about. Channel 1, the Hercules main camera, Zeus camera looking out. And in the lower left hand, we're looking back with that bubble camera back internal to the vehicle.
Yeah, let me change set feed 2 to bubble. Set feed 2 to bubble.
If you look really close, you can even see yourself watching at home. That's wild.
And
there you go, on
set
channel
feed
2.
3.
This is what we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay, we'll change it back.
It's a nice little
Yeah, it's
face in
working.
Hercules.
Yeah, kind of creepy actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horror movie face.
Set 3 would be.
So what else can we see there? Take us on a little tour.
Argus is.
Argus. No, I hope not.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got all of our gauges.
What are those reading?
We have the HPU motor comp and the high voltage comp. Those are reading 7 psi each.
And that's oil compensated pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Can you see the tiki?
oh,
Right there.
Yeah. Right behind the bar.
Right behind the bar, exactly where it should be.
Oh,
You can probably zoom
yeah.
past it.
Oh, the little piece of wood. Yeah.
Piece of wood. Wayne.
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 Take it back. The tiki is the most, dare we say,
Sacred.
sacred
Oh, God.
of. The tiki has been on
do I
Hercules
feel
for
like I'm on
almost,
a-
no, he's been on Hercules for almost 20 years after an expedition where every dive was stormed out. And because they were stormed out, they had lots of time that an engineer whittled this tiki and bolted it onto Hercules. And it is on the pre-dive checklist. It is
It's
one of
not.
the.
It's not allowed to be.
Oh, it's not allowed
bad
to
luck.
officially
That's
be
They added
there.
that one time and it started wrecking the dives, so I took it off the checklist.
Well, I was actually confused because it was in your Instagram story takeover today, and you were like, "It's on the checklist," and you had all these arrows, and I was reading, and I was like,
Well, it's
"Maybe I'm
not
not
on the
reading.
checklist,
It's not
but
on the
yeah.
checklist, but it is
clarification.
an important. You must oil the tiki right before launch, like before high voltage. It is an essential part of the.
Yeah, it's on the
Pre-dive.
checklist, but it's not on the checklist.
Yeah.
mentally on the
It's
checklist. Verbally on the checklist.
Unwritten rule.
It is the first thing we blame. Is the intern, if anything breaks,
But
for
also
not
the first thing
oiling
we
the
attribute
tiki.
the success to.
Yes.
If
Am
you're
I, am I
Yes.
cursed?
Did
am
we-
I cursed for disrespecting the piece of wood?
I mean, it's probably important you go down there later and pay your respects to the
you could
tiki.
oil it before the next dive if you want, Wayne. That might make amends.
No, Wayne, as somebody who hangs out in New Orleans, I'm surprised you have so little respect for the tiki.
I've also seen the Brady Bunch, so I know what can happen.
What else can we see on the other side?
Slurp tubes.
Yeah, slurp tubes. I see another gauge. I see a temperature probe. Bio box. Oven
Sample
weight.
box.
Slurp.
Some
Slurple?
plates. Some.
Snuffleupagus slurp tube.
Hey,
Knives.
Jake, what are those little metal plate-looking things?
That is added weight for when we pick up samples. If we get too heavy, you can drop them.
Yes, nailed it. All with the rising inflection. That is
And-
that is ballast.
And what type of
You're
rope
doing
is
great.
that?
That is hemp.
It is.
Yes,
Biodegradable.
There
Hemp.
you go. That's why
Nailed
we
it.
don't use nylon rope for those, because they stay down.
Ooh, cool little jelly thing.
Yeah, a little siphonophore strand in the herp view.
Oh, that is cool. It's dancing for us.
We haven't dumped any ballast yet. How often do you have to dump ballast?
Oh, Trevor just went off comms. He'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, they can, if we just take on a few light samples, they can just adjust their Z bias
Could you light me
to,
up
to give them a little bit more thrust or a little bit less
240,
thrust.
please.
And if it's within their comfort zone, they don't have to drop a plate, even though we've taken on a few light samples. But if we take on a heavier sample and they have to do a little bit more up thrust than they like, then they can drop a plate.
Now we don't have a lot of, or we don't have any really extra instrument implementation or integration on this dive, but it's also something where you can move the plates around if we have a really heavy instrument, maybe like sitting on the front porch or attached to a particular side, just like you know, weight, trim, and balance in an airplane. You can do the same thing with the ROV to keep it balanced.
I figured.
So we are on the dive is continuing. It is not over. We are climbed up to the top of this email. Absolutely gorgeous views along the way. But we still have some more time on the bottom that we want to use as efficiently as possible. So what we're going to do is we hopped off another side of it so that we can have multiple perspectives, multiple sides of the seamount that we've climbed to look at what the biological gradient is moving up. You know, maybe there might be totally different species living on a different side of the mountain. We certainly see that in terrestrial environments and are interested to see what we'll see as we go up the other side. So we're just hopping off to do that as fast as possible. We just sort of drove straight out off the top of the seamount until we are above the base instead of above the piece of the slope, and then we'll drop down and reorient to the seamount and turn around and start climbing again.
I'll pull it till we're at like 25, and then we'll. Oh, just kidding. I'll pull you off. Oh, we're zoomed in still. Could you come wide on Argus, please?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. That looks more realistic.
Is that better?
Thank you.
I'm getting some like warm air vibes again.
You're getting warm?
No,
Yeah.
I just thought I had like a warm breeze, but I say that's blowing cold.
That's
I was
cold.
just like, oh, that's pleasantly warm all of a sudden. Not sure where that little micro current came from.
That's okay, yeah.
Well, you know it was a good watch when the first time you look at the clock, you've only got 39 minutes left. So
Yeah, some spectacular views here today.
yeah.
I am.
And the only reason I'm looking at the clock now is because we're in open water.
And we're like, how many more corals will we get to see? How many more
Yeah.
goosefish? I want to see some more
Goosefish.
batfish. Really like encouraging, friendly batfish.
And
You think
we
there'd
have
be
had-
more around with our bat signal and all?
You'd think so. Or maybe they think we have the area covered. They're like, well, that's one giant bat.
Whoa.
Bye, buddy.
I
Someone
think the very cute one was a juvenile, though.
Yeah, he
Full
was
full of
cute.
hopes and
He
dreams.
still had hopes. Not jaded and grumpy.
Sleeps well at night.
Yeah.
What a
Gets to eat
concept.
macaroni and cheese whenever he wants.
Smiling to everyone.
Who hurt you,
Yikes.
Suna? Who hurt you?
Life.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting colder now. Yeah, that's good.
Darker.
Only darkness.
It's because
Yeah, that's cold. Yeah, back up to that.
I don't think Argus is in front of
No, I was looking at that. That is not correct. I only have 3 beams.
3 beams. All
3
right.
beams.
Going to USBL.
Raj.
Yeah, Miles and Trevor. I was just, maybe we can have them come off far enough so they're set up to go uphill. I mean, we don't have to go all the way to the base on this.
Roger.
So just go whenever you're ready to hand it off to them. So where you
Okay.
Be on the bottom so they can make sure they get to the
Oh,
top.
I see. So at watch change, be on
Yeah,
bottom?
exactly, yeah.
Sounds good. Yep. We'll make that happen.
Great.
Stop the ship at like 11:50 or so and settle out.
Yep.
Sounds like a really good plan, yeah.
I think the 0 to 4 could use a gift.
We could.
They've had a lot of valeting, so they'd like that.
One of our scientists ashore, Asako Matsumoto, thank you for writing in and helping us with these coral IDs. Just check the paper from Karen's 2018 about capstone primnoidae, about the primnoid corals. And during capstone, there were 9 species of genus Narella recognized. 6 of them were new. And 1 new species was named Narella ferula. In Karen's 2018 is only found from Kingman and Palmyra at depth 1023 meters. So maybe we have some here that are part of those brand new, freshly described from capstone, so just named in the last couple of years. Maybe it's something different. Certainly if it is that new species, it was only found at Kingman and Palmyra, so finding it here at Jarvis would be brand new. So all of these are in the realm of possibilities. We don't know which one of those it might be yet, but just, to remind people what the exploration potential is here. We've never been in this area before, so even if we're finding known species, we're adding them to the species inventory in new locations. And range extensions can be, just as important as naming new species, understanding the things that we know, where are they? And it certainly helps move kind of scientific-based management along a lot faster. Finding new species and describing them can be years-long processes, but understanding just the simple ranges of species within a protected area is instant, and feeds up kind of to all stakeholders we provide information to, from the management and conservation to the researchers, who then get to form questions about what expedition should follow on afterwards, and what other information do we want to learn about these animals. So, question, Faro. How much of the layback, like when we're towing or, when we're making a move, how much of the layback do you think is caused by Argus, and how much of it is caused by 0.68 inches diameter of cabled steel, but that multiplied by being 1,000 meters long? Like, does that make sense?
It does make sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Talk
to me about that.
Is that a question from viewers at home? Because that's a great viewers at home exercise.
Sure.
You do 0.68 of an inch times 1,000 meters converted to imperial.
Yeah, 1,000 meters to inches.
And that gets you a cross-sectional area. This is kind of not exactly the full story, but we'll call it the full story. That gets you a cross-sectional area, which ends up being about the size of a sheet of plywood or 2. So try dragging that through the water versus try dragging Argus through the water, which is cross-sectional area of, I'd say, about a half of a 4x8 sheet of plywood, 3/4.
But it's kind of messy. It's not necessarily like clear in the parts that are clear.
True, but even the whole front face of it, would say, is smaller than a full sheet of plywood. So I would say that most of the drag is caused by the wire. That being said,
that's so wild.
Argus is farther away from the ship,
So
and
its
the
lever
farther
arm is longer.
yeah, exactly. The moment arm is more important the farther away you get from the ship.
So what is more important?
The moment arm, the distance away from the pivot point being the A-frame. So, yes. Yes. They both contribute.
To the dragginess.
And you could do the math if you wanted to.
Trevor, how much longer do we have on this transit here?
Until 11:50.
No, to the next peak.
The next peak is the same peak.
We're just hopping down off the
We're
side.
going down and coming back up.
And we're going to go down as far as we can get until we need to establish the bottom again to hand it to the next swap.
I'm trying to determine whether or not we have enough time to do a fresh white balance.
Oh, I think we could make time for that on the bottom because we'll get there and we'll tell the ship to stop. The ship will move a little bit, Argus will swing a little bit, and in that time Herc can sit there in white balance.
Okay.
So we'll do that right when we get to the bottom.
Because we had a problem with it, and I had to swap the controller boxes.
Roger that, understood.
I just want to swap them back and see if the problem's still there.
Understood.
All right, ship is stopping.
Roger, ship stopping. Bottom's in sight.
Thanks to all our viewers who've been hanging out with us for the last 4 hours or waking up and joining us here on Nautilus Live. This dive is going to continue until 4 a.m. Vehicles back on deck at 4 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, which is in about 4.5 hours. But because this dive is more shallow than all of the ones we've been on so far,
what is that?
Only take about an hour to.
Different type of fish.
Yeah, cool. It'll only take about an hour to ascend, so there's a lot more exploration time still down here on the bottom, and a really exciting thing now that we know the kind of like
Can you come around to port?
giant target that's up at the top of the seamount. It'll be really cool to see what the gradient looks like on this side of it as far as when you approach that and start to see if there are
How far all the way?
more corals distributed down the side or different types of corals distributed down the side.
What's this?
That's a different fish.
I forget what this one was, so.
It was 240.
Yeah, neat.
Okay.
So, what, 40?
He's interested in us. He's coming straight for us.
Oh, yeah.
60.
He is coming straight for us. Look at that. All right. Well,
You can line me up at 060.
Yeah, we have coral here already down.
We might be able to find a rock here.
Why
Maybe.
not? Do we have space for one? No rock.
can you find Herc?
I can try.
We would have to put it with the coral.
No, you don't. That's not good.
As good as I can do.
Okay.
Okay, Wayne, you ready?
4. Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, hold on. Let me. I need to disconnect the controller boxes.
Okay, roger.
So.
I'll get it set up and then you can do it at your leisure.
Okay.
Do you disconnect both?
Stand by.
I'm going to come up just a little bit.
Okay.
That made it bright.
Oh, so you just swapped them earlier?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Because it wasn't quite functional as we desired.
Not functioning as desired.
Oh.
You can go
I
ahead and
did
zoom in if you
notice.
want.
I do notice something that's really interesting, though. Okay, zooming in. All right. And focus. And let me get my level as bright as I can. Okay, this is what wasn't working before. We're going black. Okay, it is working now. Perfect. All right. And white balancing now. All right, and coming wide.
Okay, all done?
Thank you for that.
You bet.
Yeah, and we're back on track. But it's interesting because I see a difference in Argus now.
Yeah, Argus went a lot darker when you.
Well, no,
connected
yeah, it
those.
went darker, but no, overall the colors and everything else, I'm noticing
Fish right there.
Better, worse, different? What do you
better.
think? So everything's better now.
This is strange.
Everything's better now.
Stand by.
Why would white balancing Hercules affect Argus?
Yeah,
No,
changing the controller
I'm
boxes.
changing the controllers. So I was able to, on the Argus controller, actually use the Hercules white balance procedure and the arm, and then disconnect the controller and move it back.
And it saved it.
Yeah, I think it did. I think I actually ended up, well, white balancing for this depth because the cameras are so similar.
Identical even.
Yeah, exactly. As
Okay.
in.
Ship's holding, and I'm ready here, I think. So.
So that's
Yeah. Why don't we give her?
Give her.
How do you normally white balance Argus?
we don't ever white balance Argus. That's just it.
Oops.
We just.
Hey George, can you hear us up there today? Roger.
He's in the middle of something.
Do you know what that fish was before? It was,
No.
This one
haven't
here?
seen that
The
one
big
before.
little wiggly
Yeah,
guy?
Yeah, no.
it was weird.
Yeah.
Go ahead and zoom
ask,
It had a different tail.
Yeah.
Okay, ask that if anyone is having audio issues, try viewing our individual satellite feed 1 instead of quad. And that should clear up any issues. Most of the audio issues we have are related to the quad stream.
Yeah, the combining signals ashore.
Yeah.
So all looks well leaving the ship here. Sorry for anyone experiencing those issues.
Maybe we should get a zoom of one of these coral here.
Say again?
Maybe we should try to get a zoom on one of these coral here.
Yeah, sure, you
just
bet.
for reference.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Okay, pushing in.
Okay, I feel like we have to decide also. We're not telling them, right? I really want to tell my SCF how cool it is and what they're gonna get to see.
I want to say Plexaurida
Yeah.
with this one.
I love when the ophiurids are moving around.
Yeah, we could tell.
Awesome.
I mean, they know we were at the top.
And another step.
Oh, cool. From Asako Matsumoto wrote in a little bit more. Reading the details in that paper I mentioned from Capstone from NOAADS, the specimen was just a small fragment on a geosample that they were able to name that from. So without any clear images in situ and only one record in the entire expedition. So if this is indeed the same thing that's there, this is going to be the first in situ kind of clear images, and or maybe something very new. So that's makes it even more exciting.
We're going to be heading up to the top again. Should we try to get the next group to sample it?